Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, and it was really difficult to say my welcome to my Cravers slash playthrough intro thingy because I'm really excited today. Oh, I'm so sorry for my enemies. Nothing in-game happened that would, explain why I'm so excited, by the way. It's not about anything that's happening here, although I'll give my Cravers plenty of reasons to be excited. It's feeding time. But no, it's just because, Sonya Shida, also known as Guest Generation, made a comeback, and I may be a bit of a fan, as you should be aware by now, because I probably was, talking about those kind of things for a long time now. As in, ever since Endless Space 1, but regardless, I am ready to unleash the swarm upon the stars, and let us do just that. I see one fleet with Reaper, two fleets with Reaper, three fleets with Reaper, and I botched the English completely, but guess what? Today, I do not care. Today, I am hype. I don't even care what kind of views I get or do not from those videos, That's actually a really cool thing about this. I just feel so liberated. It's so great. I'll just enjoy the carnage. Come on, what are you even doing? Why are you declaring so many wars? What's happening on Oyat? Who is trying to kill? An Arkship is trying. Hey, that's not nice. I mean, I'm just gonna kill your Ark. Am I actually? Those two are missile ships actually, and the Arkship is also a missile ship. So it's a missile bazanga, whatever that means actually, which I'm curious how it will go. What kind of battle axes do I have actually? Barrage would be useful, I suppose. Only have 3? Wow, that's kind of lame. Well, let's go for Barrage and see how well that goes for us. Well, it might not go too well because, yeah, this time around the Ark had the upper hand, I suppose. But that's alright because guess what? I'm swimming in dust. So I can just fairly easily go ahead and heal this hero when I find him. There we go, 750 dust. Not a problem. Hey there, hero. Hey there, buddy. I cannot reassign him to this fleet, unfortunately, but I can still have this fleet, avenge my fallen hero and destroy the action. Wait, I don't want to destroy the action. Why am I doing that? Okay, good. Alright, for a second that was being really weird because I actually kind of want to have Oyad, and with the action there I can have it. So let's go ahead and reassign our hero. How about to this fleet, and we'll send this fleet down this way to finish off the Vodiani. It's about time to pick it up when it comes to game speed as well. So this whole comeback thing was a good wake-up call for me, even though I was talking about how we need to start snapping the enemy for a while now, but it's 10:52 and I still haven't snapped. I mean, I have taken speaking snap the Vodiani capital, but Vodiani don't really count, do they? Anyway, do I need to go for conscription? I don't think I do. I think with protect system we should be good enough to protect LS here as it is. And indeed, that is exactly the case. The enemy didn't lose too much, but still lost less than we did. Speaking of which, let us improve our troops, shall we? Because I still cannot afford it. I only have 9 Adamantine. I wish I did. I wish I had more, but alas, that is not the case. Also, siege towers are in danger at Cygnus. Where the boss is Cygnus? Oh, that's where it is. That's a bit of a problem. I think they might be destroyed because this black hole might actually count as the unfallen territory because it's entwined. I have never actually... Let's see. Yeah, this... oh wait, I actually don't even have a way to the black hole, I just realized. Alright, that's a problem. I wonder if I'm going to lose all my siege towers because I didn't actually put any armor on them. I didn't expect to fight 2 fire ships in the middle of nowhere, I'll be entirely honest with you. And I didn't even have a battle action to do... Like, anything, pretty much. What are they using? They're rocking... Alright, they are rocking missiles, so the way I can deal with that is by putting all of my ships in a single formation in the middle lane and just approach the enemy as quickly as possible and to make sure so that they cannot fire on me, so that, I can limit the damage. And alright, I lost a siege tower, that's fine. You guys just go ahead and fly over there once you can, because right now you cannot. It's annoying because I'm pretty sure loading the game is what caused those guys to do that. And also Gouge is... Oh, come on! Can you... It's a colony ship! Why do you hate it so bad? Oh, wow. Oh, Lyra, I want you. I'm gonna take you. Anyway, you just just... fine, kill that thing. I don't care, go away. Oh no, I lost a pupa ship. Whatever, I never wanted Academy in the first place. It's not like I send my ship over to Cravers to capture that, and then I wasn't even able to do anything of the sort. So you know what? Just go away. I don't like you. As for Edas here, well, the enemy is bold enough to try and stage a fight, but I dare say this fight will not go well for them. So let us go ahead and, I cannot go far away. That makes this thing easy. So let's go ahead and just manually set it so that all my ships are in the same spot. Have them fight, engage the enemy in glorious combat and wreck them. Tear them to pieces, annihilate all survivors. Oh, and hey there, you want to try this again, don't you? Well, don't worry, I can accommodate plenty more people like you. I'll roast you on a fire pit of my things that can be turned into fire pits. I don't know, I'm just gonna kill you. I don't know how I'm gonna kill you. I'll just tell my troops to do it, and I hope that they will be, you know, creative in that way. Anyway, just a light ship and a needle and another right ship escorting an invader. This should be an easy fight. And as this is being destroyed, as in the enemy's fleet, and I gain ridiculous amounts of money, I can go ahead and declare another attack on the enemy, because hey, guess what? I can, and I will kill all who oppose me, and I'll feel really good doing so, by the way. I am a monster, and I'm proud of it. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and declare some more battles. This is the entirety of the beginning of this video. It's just hype city population us. Also, this fleet is not ideally placed, but guess what? Since the enemy's composition is kind of, you know, rubbish, even though they have a hero ship, I'm not even gonna adjust that, and it's going to be good enough because the enemy just run away. They don't even want to protect their home. Look at how scared they are. They are terrified. Anyway, let's go ahead and invade some more. So, with our current advantage, let's start by bombarding ever so slightly, and the enemy feels very bombarded. Let's go ahead and continue with the assault. We have 2 fleets in orbit. We are wrecking the enemy's face, which it should be glorious. Truly glorious? I don't even know what glorious means, but that is what's happening. I can't go for fabrication license. I'm really tight on adamantium, and I want to save it for when I actually can make my carriers. So let's go ahead and maybe not make a repair here. This place is fairly close to the front line, so I want to save my resources for a system which is further away from the, you know, the first line of offense, or whatever you want to call it, and that place will be actually our home system host. So I'm going to make a repair here and then a bunch of budget ships. How many can I make? A bunch, but not in a single turn, unfortunately. Well, no matter, I'm actually going to give in an extra thingamajig to this planet, because 33 turns, we're not going to even be playing for that long. I might even give you yet another Craver. Although the same, yeah, Cravers are still slightly better than, you know, slaves are on those kind of lava planets. 22 turns, that is good enough. In 22 turns, we should be essentially victorious or dead, one or the other, and that actually didn't help us at all. Holy balls, this system is rubbish. We need to recognize, I think, because wow, I expected it to be better, as in much better, not a little bit better, but much better. Anyway, let's go ahead and leave it as it is for now, then, I guess. Oh, it just pains me so much that the system, you have so much potential. You're the chosen one, and yet you are a Craver system, which means that you become rubbish fairly quickly. Anyway, no matter. Let's go ahead. I can only make a single budget ship because before I'm out of titanium. That's really sad. And I never unlocked marketplace, which makes me even sadder. Although I had good reasons not to unlock it. Well, in that case, I suppose what you can do for me is just turn one of your pops into soldiers. That's going to be fine. And Trireme is going to do the same, and everybody's going to do the same for this 110, except for you, this because you're going to go for National Museum. ESA, more soldiers. I'm not even looking at the planets that I'm ordering soldiers from. I just want my empire to be filled with soldiers that I can just send at the enemy and swarm them with whatever I have. And shall I create another version of the Reaper that is intended for combat rather than... Yeah, the problem with Reapers, I don't even know what the game did just now, because I suddenly didn't click the battles the game thinks I clicked, but whatever. The problem with the Reaper is that it only has 2 weapon slots, so it's not really optimal for attacking, but I can make it so that it only uses Hyperium and not Titanium, and complement my fleet in that way. Which I suppose isn't necessarily a bad thing, all things considered. So yeah, let's do something of the sort. Let's go ahead and install a bunch of energy weapons for awesome effects, and then extra speedy, and then ow, something bit me. Oh, I just imagined this. And this is actually a lot of Hyperium already. So you know what? You're not going to use anything fancy. You're just going to use some sub-fancy, regular, run-of-the-mill weaponry that is composed of, well, just, you know, puny lasers that are puny in their nature, but nevertheless are lasery as well. And then some engines and, I don't know, a bunch of support modules to actually make you deal decent amount of damage, and then some kind of protective thingies. And now you cost 5 Hyperium but nothing else, which doesn't make you a good ship, but I'm going to call you good enough. And that's my way of sinking extra Hyperium that I have lying around, because right now I'm using more Titanium than I am using Hyperium. So this ship, I can make extra 2 of them right now, and this will be a little bit of extra firepower that I can produce at one of my systems. So for example, Host, actually Host cannot even make those budget ships. So why are you making the budget ships when you cannot even do anything with them? So Travering has a hero, so let's focus on the systems with hero. You, dear sir, please make me a good enough, and make me another good enough. And then some budget ships to fill the role of awesome. And there we go. And now the system is actually producing me a fleet, which is what I want. I need as many ships as I can get as quickly as possible, because I am not necessarily in a rush per se, but I am in a rush per se. So I'm going to give myself some extra troops, because I'm sadly going to need those extra troops in order to fuel my empire. How are you doing, dear sir? You are extremely slow. Let me speed you up a little bit. I abandoned all hope at colonizing the system any faster now, so that's fine. I don't particularly care. Let's see. Also, I just realized, because of how hype I am, I might be talking way too quickly for you guys. In which case, I'm sorry, but that's what happens right now, I suppose. There's no stopping that. So anyway, Scavenger, dear Scavenger. Let's hope that the Southworks have moved their fleets away from there, and I can send in my Scavenger for some scouting and see where the enemy's home system is. Speaking of home systems, I should really focus on trying to get more people killed, but as I said, I'm trying to do the best I can with the production I have. Keeping in mind that, well, slices or budget ships or whatever you want to call it, if I make them not cost any resources, they are just going to be crap weak cells. And that's not good enough. Anyway, you deserve guard the system for a turn, because we never know, there might be some more unfallen coming this way, so I want to intercept them. And Ubella has no production. Like, how dare you, Ubella? I thought you were better than this, Ubella. How you belling? I don't even know where I'm going with this. How about I shut up? I think that would be optimal for all of us. Anyway, how we're doing with the trading thingies? Alright. Or you know what, I'm going to give you another trade company HQ. How about that? It's not necessarily an optimal place for you, but it's a good enough place for you, and I'm going to get more trade companies HQ at some point, so it doesn't even matter all that much. So I'm just going to create it over here at Iabala, and it's going to be very happy having its own trade company HQ. It's going to be so proud, it will be like a newborn child. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, I'm just... I'm feeling good. I'm gonna drink some water. Yes, it's water, not tea, but it does have lemon in it, so it's not regular old water, so let me drink that. Regular water dries throat way too quickly, which is why I don't drink regular water when recording videos. Anyway, we found Quadrinix. Quadrinix is actually one of my favorite resources for late game. It's certainly much better than Orichalcix, that's at least how I treat it, because of its science applications. But there is always a but. Everybody has one, and Quadrinix has one as well. And it's a fact that in most cases in single player, you're not actually going to need it, and you're going to do fine regardless. Because let's have a quick look. See, do I need anything that requires Quadrinix? Like, sure, Battlefield Archaeology is absolutely amazing, and I kind of want that actually. But at the same time, it costs a lot of research to actually get that extra research. So I would need to first of all learn how to harvest Quadrinix, which admittedly gives me hazardous mining facility, which is great in its own right. And then I would also have to get Battlefield Archaeology, which again is very expensive, just to find a way to use Quadrinix. Of course, you can use them for endgame weapons, and those are good weapons. Like, Good weapons in a creepy voice, just like I said that right now. You can also, of course, you know, upgrade your Cravers to be even more ridiculously awesome. But other than that, there's really not that many things you can use Quadrinix for, and it's in the last era, which makes it even harder for you to consider, you know, getting this. Also, in case you haven't noticed, it takes me more and more time to get wealth of the Endless Dawn. Reason for that being, well, it's actually fairly simple. It's because I keep depleting more and more planets. I need to keep expanding in order to, you know, deal with the entropy that my systems are going through. So anyway, I have discovered a collapsed star, yay! Anyway, I failed this quest, which I really didn't expect to fail. I thought this would be an easy thing to find Scythe, and apparently I was unable to do that. Well, whatever, some more villains in the universe are now out there. Do I care? Not particularly, because I can just murder everybody that I find. I have the Endless themselves on my side, and those guys rock, so I rock as well. As a direct result. Anyway, we're going to just protect Eris here. Nobody is lying dead, he says. Nuh-uh, it's my system, and I like to keep it that way. Anyway, Ibany, that's the enemy's home system. How about we just go ahead and blitz them nicely? How well did that go? I haven't improved my... Yeah, I need to improve my forces, so I'm going to do just that, if you don't mind. So, keep up the offensive, and as for my forces... Yeah, better tanks, baby. Those things are going to be really hard to take down for the enemy right now, and I'm certainly glad I was finally able to do this kind of upgrade. This is going to increase the survivability a lot, thus allowing me to stay invading for longer as well, which is rather important. Alrighty then, you leveled up. I'm glad that you did. Man, I'm so hyped. It's been so long since I was so hyper recording. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm still hyped, mind you, like, losing another siege tower doesn't change the fact, but it's somewhat annoying, I have to say. Can you move now? Thank you. Alright. So, let's have a quick look see here. I've got a new fleet ready at mutation. Let's go ahead and select all, and with that selected fleet, let's just go ahead and fly to Saganus, right? Yeah! I like this idea, it's a good idea. And as for you, dear fleet, oh boy, there are a lot of good enough and battle ships all together now, and I cannot actually manage them, which makes me rather sad. So, let's go ahead and add the good enoughs, and they will be good. Oh no, there will not be good enough, apparently. I think battle ships are actually better than good enoughs, to be entirely honest with you. So I'm just going to add another battle ship in there. And that will be good enough, as the name implies. Haha. So, let's have you fly over there. And you get enough and budget to protect Triring for the time being, because Vodiani are pesky bastards that do a lot of random things that I don't necessarily approve, by which I mean I almost certainly do not. You know what, it's been a while, let's have a slice, like a good old slice with extreme powerful weaponry to make the enemy cower in fear and beg for mercy. I like that, I like when enemies beg me for mercy, I like hearing them squeal as I murder them. Yes, I am that guy. The murderous fiend that is just murdering. Have I stopped making sense a long time ago? I feel like I have. Doesn't matter? I feel like it doesn't, but nevertheless it certainly is the case. You just say you are miserable. So I'm going to give you AI labor, so you're less miserable. It's probably not going to help, but you have AI labor anyway, and you should be thankful. And if you're not thankful, it's not my problem, honestly. I have a repair. I'm really happy. Oh, hi there. It found a prowler, or rather a bunch of prowlers. Well, that's too bad for them, I suppose, because this repair is going to rake their faces inwards. And, well, nothing really happened, which makes me somewhat surprised. Because they tattooed. Alright, well, I guess that's it for wrecking somebody's faces inwards. How about we make a good enough ship, and also add in and extra exotic rations to the mix, because this will be lovely. And seriously, I still cannot get over the fact that, well, those Cravers are useless. Whatever. Whatever. I suppose it's alright. I mean, it's not really alright. Let's go ahead. Just stop mixing population over there, and this will be alright. Even though I just said it's... Whatever! End it there, dummy! There's nothing else. I guess there is something to do. Where the balls is Warden? Oh, it's this place. Yeah, right. Let's go for AI labor. But level 1 modernization is probably even more important than that. So let's keep that in mind. And as for you, they say why are you here? You should be here, for example, where you can actually do something rather than try to mine a depleted planet, dear Calgaras. Also, why is there only one Calgaras when I said in 3? I don't know, but there's no only one. I guess they ate each other on the spaceship that I sent them in. I mean, my guess is that when they arrived at Warden, I haven't finished colonization procedures yet, and you only have, what, one extra spot, so two Cravers just committed suicide instead of waiting, you know, around the system for the other planet to finish colonizing. Which is stupid, but it's also what happens. So let's just not question them. I mean, it's their choice, their life after all. I don't particularly care, I'm just using them as, you know, a plate of food, to be entirely honest. So that's what happened. Also, for crying out, stop sieging Ibella, you bastards! Alright, now definitely need to leave in a fleet to protect the system because it's rather important. Also, yeah, I know, Ibella Trarim are now blockaded, that's a shame. Another Guardian would be actually most welcome, to be entirely honest with you, and it's a Vodian Guardian as well, which actually is good enough, I suppose. But then again, a Seeker, a Eurosocial Seeker... Seekers are fast, and that's why I'm kind of considering I might need a Seeker, to be entirely honest with you. But the question is, do I want this Seeker and a Eurosocial Seeker? Or do I want to have a Craver Seeker instead? I feel like a Eurosocial Seeker is a better option, so let's go ahead and go for Eudyssa. Alrighty then, so Eudyssa, you're going to be assigned, I'm not sure where, but you're going to be assigned to places, and you're going to have the fastest fleet in the universe because you are a Seeker. Seekers are known for having fleets that move at speeds you would not expect them to move at. So they're really good for moving at fast speeds, is what I'm getting at, I suppose. Anyway, let's go ahead and waste resources on a hero. It's not really waste, to be honest, but whatever. And just for the cool factor, I'm going to give you glue, not glue, and it's not that tech yet, but I'm going to give you improved pin beams for awesome effect. Yeah. And with that out of the way, I'm also going to give you a bunch of defenses like armor and shooting, and now I cannot afford all those changes, which makes me really sad. So I guess you're just going to get regular shooting, and even then I cannot afford you. You know what? Just go away. I don't like you anymore. Anyway, so with that guy hired, I have battle at Ibany. Oh yeah, that's the thing I'm trying to besiege, which has gained a ton of troops because let me go away notifications because yeah, the enemy is reinforcing the system, which is somewhat annoying, but nevertheless happens. I didn't want to tat or whatever. I guess I tattled. Alrighty then, you better. Well, I suppose in that case, let's preemptive bomb the enemy some more. That was a defeat because the enemy, yeah, I know, the enemy gained a lot of stuff. Oh no, I didn't want to keep the assault at the assault. I wanted to end it actually, but I guess I didn't. Huh. Well, that's an issue. And now, oh yeah, they already committed all of the tanks and whatnot. So I need to send in some more, but I'm already kind of doing so. I guess Edessir doesn't need protection anymore, so I'm going to send them from Edessir now and try to make it as make it over there as quickly as I possibly can. So with that out of the way, Yuda says, please go ahead and meta. Nice and easy. And my hero leveled up yet again, and I'm gonna give you more happiness, just because happiness is something that's always relevant. Important is what I was trying to say, but I failed to do so horribly. The enemy is obviously going for Edessir yet again because they are boring and that's the only thing they know how to do, I suppose, but whatever. Hey, I have good enough now. Can you fight? I bet you cannot. So, let's go ahead and go for Barrage Fire with good enough. This should be an easy fight this time around, and the enemy, yep, is completely dead. My ships are repaired as well. And I can now guard the system because, hey, guess what? There's an arc ship coming. Are those still good enough to destroy? Good enough. I really like this name. Anyway, are they good enough to destroy the arc ship? I don't think they are, so I'm going to retreat over to Delphinus and prepare to create another fleet over there. And what is this fleet going to be composed of? Well, I guess budget ships are what I need in this instance. Just having a bit of raw damage output would be preferable. And of course we're going to need a bunch of extra population turned into soldiers because we need to be conquering. A lot of conquest needs to happen, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. So, Leecher is going to die. Thank you very much. Trarim, it cannot actually go for anything other than give me more population at this point in time. Because, well, as I said, I am low on resources, unfortunately. So you, please, just go ahead and... you know what? I'm sick of the enemy's presence and existence. So you're going to launch a counter-offensive, a penalizing counter-offensive at Deco. Yeah, I finished a super old quest, I don't really care. And do I care about conquering Deco rather than just taking it? What's my empire thingy? I can conquer it, I suppose. But you know what? This place is so rubbish, I would rather just destroy the Ark ship the old-fashioned way rather than waste my tanks on capturing one planet. But then again, it is a planet. So let's just go ahead and see if I can take it without too many casualties. And the answer is, well, we'll see how it goes, I suppose. Now, you just said, please make sure that this planet is safe, because I don't want anybody to be left behind me as I move downwards to Ibala and the old enemy homeworld, which is recolonized again, because that's what the AI just does continuously. And alright, since you have no more movement, I'm just going to have you protect for the time being. We need more resources. We need them desperately. So what I'm thinking about is for getting access to galactic commodities. First of all, marketplace. Secondly, miners union. And I can get it basically for nothing. And of course, delay Wealth of the Endless even further, but that's okay. Because I need those things. My resources are really not where I would like them to be. And I need to grow faster. Much faster. My ships are too slow. Everything is too slow. I need things to be faster. We're in this for speed, baby. Whatever that is supposed to mean. And yeah. My new hero is not assigned, I know, but waiting to get a bit more Hyperion. Ibala. Actually, I thought I had less Hyperion. Whatever. I might be mixing things up. Anyway, Ibala, please go ahead and make me some more industry production facilities. I'm going to drink some water. Alright. Now the fleet at Delphinus is going to be mighty important, because I'm going to reinforce it some more, make sure that it has a lot of ships on board. And once that is done, I'm going to have it send it over to Hydrus and start taking that over. And hopefully try to succeed as well. Anyway, the Ark ship is just going places, whatever, I don't necessarily care. You do you and I'll do me, by which I mean I'll devour the invest as much as I can. Also, this dropship now can be retrofitted, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So, a bunch of lasers, a beam for good measure, some shielding and some armor in reverse order, of course, because whatever's. Spend even more Hyperium? Yeah, why not? Let's make it dodge. And let's. Do I want you to deal damage, or do I want you to actually be able to launch probes? Launching probes isn't a bad thing necessarily, and I certainly don't want to lower the chance of this being targeted. It's quite the opposite that I want, in fact. But I can also make you deal some more damage so that you're actually a reasonable damage dealer. And since we are heading where we are heading, I can also give you titanium slugs, I suppose. But it's not really a big deal. It is a deal though. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to give you titanium slugs and have you help prepare plans for invasion wherever I go. By which I mean obviously the United Empire's capital. Let's apply the changes. I wasn't too keen on wasting titanium on that, but maybe it's not less of a waste and more of an investment. So I'm going to send you over to Essa. I think Essa is the closest, and at Essa I'm going to prepare more of a fleet. So how many ships do you have? You've got 7 ships. I can only fit in 2 extras. So let's make them good extras, by which I mean slices. It's been a while. I can only make 1 extra slices, so whatever. And I guess we're also going to get a good enough. And we're going to see what works best. So a slice and a good enough in addition to what we have here already. There's a Ripper, 1 good enough. Is a good enough better than 3 budgets? I don't think so, but I'm going to make an extra good enough just because I have the spare industry on that system, and that system isn't giving me extra troops anyway, so I guess that's what happens. Deco, just blitz this thing. It should be almost taken over by now. I'm wasting tanks, but I suppose I do have those tanks for a reason, so that's alright. And this fleet, it's not going to survive. I'm going to lose all my remaining tanks, unfortunately. Yep. And they did nothing whatsoever. They did kill 2 population, which is good, I suppose, but now I have no tanks left, which is a bit of a problem. So, first of all, how about we watch this battle? I mean, we haven't watched battles for ages, and I think this guy might retreat anyway, but in case they don't, it's going to be fun. But no, they're boring. Unfallen always retreat, they're just lame like that. Well, that's whatever, it's their call, they wanna die, just go ahead and die for no good reason whatsoever. It's your life, I suppose. That is being taken away from you. Alright then, Eudes says, let's see, which fleet can more tanks. I think they're more or less equal, but this fleet has 1 repair, this one has 2 repairs, and a hero, so you just go to either Warden or Mutation. You can go to Mutation in 4 turns. Actually, Ada's here in 3 turns, that would be fastest, so let's go ahead and fill up on tanks and prepare to attack again, because that's apparently what I really need to do. As for you to say, oh yeah, well, I'm definitely... Go away. Minus Union, definitely an important thing, and then also Chain Gang program. I'm going to use all of my population. Also, that's the reason why Wealth of the Endless was delayed by so much. I keep melting my people into soldiers. Maybe not literally melting, but then again, I don't know how Cravers do things, so maybe. Alrighty then, I can make a train network, or rather subsidiary. Where do I want to make it? ESA? Maybe ESA. Just because otherwise it would never actually gain access to one. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Subsidiary over here, nice and easy. The Elfinus is what I wanted to click at, thank you very much. Chain Gang program. Host, again, is going to go for... Nope, it's going to go for Miners Union, because it really needs that, because it's my main source of resources. And also Chain Gang program is also what I'm going to obviously go for on both of these systems. Lupus, dear Lupus. You, no, I'm not going to give you microwave pipes. Both Adamantium and Adamara are things that I'm trying to save up on. So how about instead you just go for eco habitats? No, that's not really what I need either. Extra pop? Well, you kind of need to make more population rather than waste that. You know what? Feeding pits. Let's use the feeding pits and have your population explode, because it's the only way I can think of to make this system's you know, food production grow up. I mean, increase is what I was trying to say. Of course, this is also going to obviously lower the amount of Vodiani population I have in my empire and slow their growth overall, but you know what? I just want the growth to be increased at Lupus. So, whatever. It's going to be good enough. Feeding pizza also for that. Anyway, hello, sirs. Hello, boys. I'll marry you when I have the opportunity. Also, wow, cell phones, you still exist. I'm so scared of you. Whatever, I don't really care. So, retreat. I lost the ship because it had nowhere to retreat. I know, I know. Oh, hey, there's a fight. It's actually going to be marginally fun to watch, potentially. So, let's see. Battleships everywhere and some repairs. So, yeah, Tattoo is not a good idea. Barrage fire, however, certainly will be. So, let's go ahead and see how the setup looks like. A lot of tankiness in the middle flank. Middle flank. Good job, Self. That's about it still. That's more or less what I like to see, but I would like to see some more damage in there. And maybe some less damage in the bottom one, because this one will be secure anyway. I just use it as a way to give me flank bonus rather than deal actual damage. And let's watch that fight, because it's been forever since we watched any fights. So yeah, let's do that. And I kind of was thinking about moving some more people into the top rank, but I guess I didn't do that. I was expecting the enemy to put 2 ships in the middle one, but they didn't, so I guess it's a shame on me. I'm just going to drink water and celebrate the fact that maybe some of my ships will be destroyed, and guess what? I will not be bothered by this in the slightest. Alright then, let's just go ahead and enjoy the carnage. I'm not going to provide you with too much commentary regarding this carnage, because, well, it's just going to be a fun little battle to watch. It's been a while since we watched any battles, and I figure we just need to relax. And I mean, I love the Endless Space 2 battles so much. And the only problem for video purposes is that they take a lot of time, unfortunately. And nope, not everybody wants to watch it, but every now and again, I'm sorry, those things can look really awesome. And I love it when they do, honestly. That's one of the things that caught my attention the most when I saw Endless Space 2's battle system like live and actually its first implemented version, and that was really cool. And I still am awed by the system to this day. Like, sure, auto camera is kind of rubbish sometimes, and there are some audio issues I wish that were fixed, but still, this looks so good. It just brings me joy to watch people murder each other via this system. Or rather, by looking in such a way. I lost another ship. Oh well, I suppose things like this sometimes cannot be avoided, but the enemy is now gone. Let's watch the explosion, shall we? Because I assume the auto camera is going to switch. Nope, it's not. Alrighty then. I guess it just wanted to be like, no, I'm not going to show you this awesome thing. Go away. So that's what it did. It also, that's exactly how it sounds like, in case you were wondering. Anyway, let's send my ships. Do I want to send them from Cygnus, or do I want to keep the siege of Cygnus and prepare to just capture it in the future? You know what, I'm just going to keep you here for a moment, why not? And as for you, this says, well, just wait here for a 10, and that's about it. I did way less, actually, this video than I was hoping to, so I need to, like I said, pump up my production, which is something I've been repeating for many videos now, which makes me somewhat worried, so I need to double my efforts now. Because I'm not yet panicking, but I'm considering panicking, if I may say so. So let's, but I made the right choice. I should have done this area thing, going for Miners Union. I can now also buy resources, which is important. In fact, I have a lot of dust, mind you, like really a lot of dust. So what I can just simply do is, I can, oh nice, now I have access to Gossamer, which I never was very interested in the first place, but I have access to it because of my trading thingies. Anyway, so what I can do, well, I cannot do anything anymore because I just spent all of my dust on this, but I could have used Marketplace to buy titanium, which there's none on the Marketplace. There's a lot of Hyperion though, and you know what, I may make this work. If I buy it for cheap, that Hyperium can be still used very effectively on my good enough ships. I can just fuel them with some better weapons that actually use Hyperium and then make my good enough ships be more than good enough. Also, our Empire needs some more happiness and love around, so maybe Brains of Bucks. I'd like to keep that, but then again I might think about going for different bills. Since gas bills just takes too much effort, to be entirely honest, even though it's really good, obviously. Deadly Intent bill is certainly tempting, but I would not be able to afford it for very long. So maybe once I have my fleets preparing another assault on the ground forces of the Unfallen Hopper system, that's when I'm going to use that, I think. So anyway, let's go ahead, let's play through one more turn and call it a day. I think that would be probably a pretty good idea. Because I want to start sending my first fleet over at Hydrus just to feel like, just so that I can say to myself that, hey, I did something, I engaged in a fight against another civilization. Even though obviously it's just a puny little fleet that I sent their way, but it will start, everything will start from there on. Also, I have 4 star systems in the same color. Okay, sure. I mean, I'll take the extra Hyperium any day of the week. No doubt about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish the Blitz. It's a minor victory. I really should have just destroyed the action, but I suppose whatever. I'm not terribly concerned. Anyway, let's have you be turned into an actual fleet and send in... yeah, let's just have... the good enough, maybe? Yeah, there's no better way to do this right now, I don't think. I'll have 2 good enoughs, a bunch of budgets, a slice and a repair, and also hero ship. This is a very random ragtag of just ships thrown together, but look at how quickly I can get to Hydrus. Obviously, this fleet is not designed to stay at Hydrus and have, you know, any good results, but who knows, it might, and it's very important that I start preparing for this, you know, assault and whatnot. And for that very reason, I might interrupt my War for the Endless and go for that research, which is going to delay the War for the Endless even further, but then again, I don't need n-dimensional topologies right now. No. It's, by the time I have them ready, I'll be already at Hydrus, and I don't see any other home systems yet. I need to find them, but I haven't found them yet, so let's not deal with that for the time being. Let's focus on increasing the amount of ships I have, and let's improve the good enough template. In fact, I should have done so before I sent the other fleet and improve them like so. But whatever, I suppose things like that do happen sometimes. So, I will not give you the ability to, you know, move faster, whatever. That thing is for babies. I just want you to deal more damage. I don't think we really need the extra shooting. In fact, why did I even give you the extra shooting when I know for a fact that the enemy is using a lot of, you know, missiles and whatnot. So let's give you the extra armor and let's have you deal the extra energy damage. Nice and easy. Alright, good. Apply the design. Nice. And let's go ahead and start using it wherever possible, for example over at Host. So let's make a repair to make our fleets faster, and a bunch of good enoughs, by which I mean just 2, I suppose. Can I fit in some extra budgets? I can fit 1 extra budget ship. That's, well, guess what? Good enough! I'm so funny. Not really. Anyway, let's go ahead and make another good enough over here, and then maybe a bunch of them over Delphinus, because yeah, making ships is fun, and I need to do that. Otherwise, I'll not be able to conquer the enemies fast enough. Because guess what? It takes a lot of ships to actually achieve conquest. So let's go ahead and do just that. Also, Yudia says, can you please stop besieging this place? I'd really rather you didn't. So, I actually just realized, considering the amount of budget ships I have, going for a territory option wasn't a good idea, but the enemy retreated anyway. Am I going to guard Bella? Nah, I'm going to use this fleet on Deco to guard Bella later. For the time being, let's go ahead and fly over to Oyad and try to wreck this place as quickly as possible. You need minus union, because guess what? It's rather important. I need to start gathering as many things as quickly as possible. And minus union is going to be, guess what? Yes, good enough again. Should I go for chameleon spaces? I kind of feel like I need to, because again, I am desperate for having more ships and sending them everywhere I can, and I already used a good portion of this Hyperium, and I also want titanium as well. So you know what? Yeah, because of things that are happening right now in my EPA, chameleon spaces are definitely a go. Besides, they will also potentially allow me to then convert some extra industry into science, which is rather important. So anyway, the system is still besieged. It's about to lose all of its defense, which is good. And let's go ahead and destroy the enemy ships, because I can do just that. We're not going to watch it. We already watched the battle today, which is for some reason, now that I named the ship good enough, I keep wanting to say good enough. Whatever, I suppose it's okay. And another fleet that is going to fall down to a bunch of budgets and a Reaper. So let's go ahead and use Barrage Fire. And I don't want a Reaper to be at the bottom flank. This is the most useless flank that Reaper could be in. Let's instead go ahead and set in a single attack ship over there. And have another one in the middle flank, because that's the most important flank. And the top flank with a single Reaper should be more than strong. And in fact, yeah, all of you are budget ships. So yeah, this is a well-crafted assault plan. I wanted to say it's good enough, but obviously that would be repeating. And I repeated myself anyway, so yay me! Woohoo! Anyway, with that out of the way, we are besieging the enemy at a rapid pace over there because of the siege towers, obviously. Let's go ahead and wait and end the turn, I suppose, unless Lupus has something to say about it. Of course it does. I didn't even know I have Lupus. Where is Lupus? I guess I could click on this notification, but now I'm trying to land things. Lupus is this semi-useless system that I have that it keep trying to... Oh yeah, that's the system where I ate people on! That's right, I forgot about this. Well, I'm not going to go for Chain Gang program, because who knows, that we might actually, you know, convert Devonian into army, and I don't want that to happen. So instead, let's go ahead and make some good enough ships. By which I mean just one. Well, one is better than nothing, I suppose. Let's end the turn and end this video as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. Let's wait for the notifications to happen. Come on, I'm going to see you in a moment. Any day now. There we go, there are the notifications. There's a lot of them, like a humongous amount. And oop, alright, I was trying to see that, but whatever. And anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.